In this coding task, I want you to use an intent to send an order summary to an email app. But first, take some time to experiment with writing code for different intents listed in the Common Intents Guide. See the instructor notes for the link. You can also do a web search for common intents, and it's the first link that pops up. This is a really useful article that you can use to find out what's possible on Android. For practice purposes, let's try creating a Maps intent. The documentation has some useful information on the action and the data URI scheme that you should use for a Maps intent. Again, it shows geo, latitude, longitude. If you scroll down, you see some example code. I'm going to select this and copy it. Now to run this code, let's just paste it inside the Just Java app. We could create a brand new application to paste the code so we can run it there, but since Just Java is already up and running, let's just use that. I'm going to highlight all this code within this method and just comment it out temporarily. I did that by hitting Command / on a Mac, and on Windows, it would be Control /. Now none of this code is going to be executed. When the order button is clicked, I want to send a Maps intent. In this line of code, we're creating a new intent object using the new keyword in Java. We're calling the intent constructor and passing it a view action. Note that when you see something in all caps in Java, it means it's a constant. A constant is a variable whose contents, once set, never changes. In this case, when composing our intent, we use official intent actions, such as action_view or action_send, which are defined as constants within the intent class. So to recap, this line of code creates a new object instance called intent. And then on the intent object, we can call different methods, like setData. We want to set the data URI to be a certain set of latitude and longitude coordinates. Currently, this variable is unrecognized in our app, so I'm going to replace it. This part of the code creates a URI from this string here. And then this URI is set as the data field within this intent object. Now we have our Maps intent created. Down here, we have some code that looks a little bit confusing. There's a lot going on, but essentially we're just preventing the app from crashing by checking to see if the intent can be handled. In terms of our ball analogy, it means that if no one is available to catch the ball, then the ball drops and there's an explosion. Because the system doesn't know what to do next. And that's why we need this line of code here. We're checking to see if there's at least one component on the device that can handle this intent. If so, then this condition for the if statement is true, and then we execute the line of code here within these braces. We go ahead and start the activity with this intent. If there's no app component on the device that can handle this intent, then this test condition is false, and we skip this block of code and we do not send the intent. After you've finished experimenting with intents, go ahead and extend our app to have this functionality. We're going to use an intent to send the order summary to an email app, and then we're going to populate the email message with this text and this subject line. Be sure to also remove code that displays the order summary within the Just Java app. Once it shows up in the email app, we don't need it anymore in our app. As a reminder, this is what the app should look like. There's no more order summary field anymore. And when I hit the order button, we go straight into the email app. Now all the user needs to do is populate the to field, and then they can send the message.